Home is Farnham in Surrey in England, which is about an hour outside of London, because that's where my parents live. We had lived in London for 12 years and we had just moved there with our young children to start school and start our new life, and then we moved here.
We left because we were on the run from the law. I lived in New York, I've backpacked around Central and South America, and I've lived in Brisbane with my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, and then we got transferred to Abu Dhabi, so we got married and came to Abu Dhabi. Then we've also, from Abu Dhabi, he got another transfer and we came to Doha. Family, friends, mainly. The Australian, I guess the Australian view of life and that kind of lifestyle, being footloose and fancy free, going outside, going and having barbecues a lot, whereas here in the summer months that's impossible. So in the summer months especially, I miss the Australian lifestyle.
What have I lost? Oh, when my husband got the job offer to move to Copenhagen, I was studying to make a new direction for myself, and I was going to retrain as a teacher and things, but I actually went back to university and I was doing really well, and I could see myself actually carving out a career in academia rather than just being a secondary school teacher. I could see something more for myself, and with the move to Copenhagen I had to stop that. And I finished this year after 7 years from the beginning to here. I've finished my degree, I've got it, got my BA, I'm starting a master's, but I think I lost my momentum. I really lost that push to get through and get it done, and it took quite a while to get that back. I'm someone that really defines myself by my intellect and my intellectual achievement, and I lost that. And as a result, I lost my sense of self, my identity, which is very trite. Lots of people do, but you need something to keep that push, that momentum going, and the only person that can give you that is yourself, I think.
Nearly all my friends, I think, would say that Qatar's been fantastic for children because they learn to swim, and it's all centred around family life, which is true, and you have more time as a family, but I don't think there's as much for the children to do. So there's a lot of sort of sterile play zones, or not so sterile, and a lot of swimming. But I particularly see with my toddler, who's been sort of 2, 3, 4 here, he just doesn't get the outdoor opportunity that he needs to run around, to play in parks, because it's too hot, and he doesn't see nature. And he's really interested in animals and farms and stuff like that, and there's nothing. He's excited by an ant in the back garden.
We lost Mary coming from Abu Dhabi to Doha. So when we initially came overseas, Nick and I were deciding what we should bring and what we shouldn't bring, and we eventually pretty much decided to bring everything, packed everything up, brought it over, and we had this beautiful little Papua New Guinean statue about this high, topless from the waist down, and she didn't make it from Abu Dhabi to Doha. Box number 74 was opened and sadly confiscated. There are certain objects and items that are deemed appropriate and inappropriate in Qatar, and I guess she was considered inappropriate.
What have I learned? I've learned that I have the strength and the ability to continue on with doing what I want to do and achieve what I want to achieve in circumstances that are not necessarily conducive to it.
Like cheap travel, I take them home every Christmas, every Easter and every summer. We also have a holiday in the February half term, and we also go and see our friends in Dubai twice a year, so we make the most of our opportunity, and that is where I make up for it. No, I mean, when you live in England, it's always raining and everything's green. And when I go home, I mean this, when I drive back from the airport, I look at the sort of dirty old grass verges by the motorway and I think, oh, look at that green, it's so beautiful. I really do.
I think as long as you're with your family and you can make friends and you can talk to people, then you can make home anywhere, pretty much.
In our situation as expats, we know that we're not going to be here forever. we're going to be here for 3 years, 4 years, maybe 5, but that's me maximum. I think you have to be open to the fact that your life is going to change again. You have to, as an expat like us, you have to embrace that and enjoy it and look forward to it. You live for the moment while you're here, but you're always anticipating that change is going to come, and that is so exciting. It's really exciting to wonder where you're going to go next and go and do the trip and find the school and the house and all these things. But at the same time, you still have to continue on with your own dreams.